It is hard to imagine that a certain past memory or an event, especially the negative event, can still haunt us or can still impact our emotional well-being, uh, or the way we look at life, the way we look at relationships, the way we take certain decisions. It can still impact us. It can still have a negative impact on us. It can be conscious, and it mostly tends to be unconscious. So it's very important that we understand that we need to deal with these memories, these feelings which are repressed in us, so that we are able to move on and come out of it. And these memories can mostly be with regard to the childhood memories, the school memories, especially the things that we hear about us from our parents or from our teachers, or what's been told about us in school. Certain comments made by us, I'm sorry, comments made about us by our friends, and it can still have an impact on us while even in our adult life. It can still cause a certain amount of stress or anxiety, which we tend to believe is the is because of the certain current stressors in your life. But the root cause of it can be the childhood memories. Not all of it, but to a very high percentage, it is the childhood memories. It is not really just related to the school, or with regard to parents, but with regard to the family aspect of it, with regard to the relationship with your siblings, with your uncle, aunt. Everything plays a definite and important role here. So it's important that we understand that how important our childhood is, and how important proper and a right childhood, or a right way of helping a child, it's very much required. um, if you look at it, it's been always told by teachers and our parents, or that you have to study well, and you have to get certain marks, and only then you will succeed in life. And that is the only option that is given to us. That is the only choice that is given to us. And that is the responsibility that is put on our head. And I don't mean it in a negative way, or I don't mean to offend anybody, but from the stories or from the experiences, we can understand that this can happen a lot. So because of which a student or a son or a child believes that all he can do, or what he must do, is score marks, get good marks, and achieve certain things in life. And the only way to achieve certain things is by scoring good marks. And he is not given the opportunity or a choice to understand, or to realize what his options are, to understand what his capabilities are, what his skills are, what he can actually do. And it is very important that we give them the freedom to make a choice, to make them understand they have the right to feel in a feel a certain way. They have the right to make choice of their own, and be who they want to be. And it is always widespread, that education is important. It is the utmost important thing. Yes, definitely education is important, but it is more important that we let the children be themselves, and we let children enjoy who they are and what they want to be, and let them be, so that they grow up and they do not have this repressed feelings, and they do not have become stuck in their life by certain things that happened to them in the past, when we from my own experiences, I've had people tell me that, in people, I had students tell me that, teachers tend to call them idiots, or stupid, or they are good for nothing when they fail, or when they fail to do a homework or whatever as such. These terms that we use, or this certain words that we use, um, we feel that, we tend to say it out of anger, but it can impact a person in a very negative way. It can impact a student, or a child, in a very very negative way. They tend to keep that to themselves. They tend to repress this, the feeling that, somebody elder to them told something like that, and they are regarded as failure, or they are regarded as, as somebody who's good for nothing. So this video, or is mostly to say that it is important that we understand that we give them the freedom to be who they are. And it is also to read a letter to you, all of you, all of y'all. This is from somebody who's close to me, and this is his letter. And he wanted me to read it, so that at least uh, one person, or one student who is going through this, or who can benefit from this, or not only a student, or a teacher, or a parent, or a sibling, who can benefit from this. He does not want, as he mentioned, he does not want anybody else to go through what he been through. And this letter is inspired from him, so I would like to just read it out. The letter is called Letter from a Schoolboy. This letter is for all the kids and parents who are listening, and I hope you are. What is worse than being called a bad student or a bad son? It is being misunderstood. It is being ignored of who you are and what you can actually do. Growing up, I saw only one way to life. It was to wake up, go to school, listen to what is happening, do what is required, and come back home and study. I tried to learn or understand maths, science, social studies. I tried to memorize every line, even the mathematical sums. I remember the sum, formula, and the answer. But if they changed any number in the problem, I would go blank. I think many can relate to this. I was afraid of answering in class, doing a sum on board, or even to ask a question. Not because I could be wrong, but because what my teachers would call me if I'm wrong, of what they might do to me when I'm wrong. To this day, I carry this fear. The only thing that changed is that people around me have taken the places of my teachers. From my parents to my teachers and to my friends, they all ask me, why is it that I do not study? Mom and dad told me that you have no responsibility on you. All you have to do is go to school and study. Today, I think to myself, if they said I had no responsibilities, what about the responsibility for me to be a good boy? I'm sorry, I would like to read that again. Today, I think to myself, what about the responsibility I had to be a good student by getting good marks? To be right all the time, to be responsible all the time, to never be wrong, to behave in a particular way, to think in a particular way, and was forced to feel in a particular way. I was responsible for all these things. I was responsible to be in a particular way. Everybody asked me, why are you not studying? Everyone asked me if I'm lazy, or is it that disobedience which is causing you not to study? But I'm sorry again. Is it disobedience which is causing me not to study? If I'm not okay, nobody came to me. Nobody asked me what's happening with me. Nobody bothered to take time and ask me what is happening. Why is it difficult for me to study? What happens to me when I study? What stopped me? What stopped them from asking me? Or what stopped me from telling them? I still do not know. Maybe I never will. What I know now is that I am dyslexic, afraid of failure, and afraid of making a mistake. It is difficult to imagine that whatever that happened to you when you were a child or student, whatever was told about you does tend to impact you even in your 20s, 30s, and later too. Unfortunately, it is true. I'm not writing this to complain about my teachers or my parents. This is me reflecting on what I could have been and what you could be. Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to make a mistake. Do not be afraid to follow your passion. Do not be afraid to say what you feel. You are every way unique, meant to make a difference. Do what you love. Make that your living. School tests our ability to memorize subjects. That's it. It does not teach you how to handle failures, how to treat people around us, how to respect women, how to treat our friends, how to never give up. These lessons are for us to learn on our own, unfortunately, and some take a lifetime to learn. My last words: I cannot change any system. What I can do is to give this message to you. To all elders, make sure you ask the little ones how they are. Make them feel that they can come to you with any problem. I end with this quote: let us raise children where they do not have to recover from their childhood. It is very sad to uh, read it because it is written by somebody very close to me, and to know that it's very important. If you're a teacher or a parent, it's very important that you know that you have a responsibility on you, and what you say and what you do matter. It's very important that we build, we helped children to understand that they are special and they can do what they want to, and if they make a mistake, they can come to you, and we are there to rectify it in the right manner, and the proper, and in the manner which helps, which makes them feel that okay, that I can go to this person at any time. Most of us tend not to share even our closest emotions or feelings with our parents, or with our elders, because we never practiced it, or we never had a opportunity to do that. And this is continuing in every phase of life with regard to the current generation too. So if you're listening to this, and if you're a student or a teacher or a counselor who's helping out kids, I really do appreciate that. But please do make sure that they are heard, and they are heard, and they feel that they feel comfortable enough to come to you and talk to you. Yes, and that's pretty much it. And I would just like to say that let's make sure that we do not teach children to memorize the subjects, but let's teach them to behave in a particular way. When I say behave, in a especially with regard to a society, with regard to the relationship, how to treat people around them, how to treat their elders. These are simple things which which anybody can learn, and let's make sure that we teach them these things. And this, I hope I did not offend anybody, and I didn't mean to. This was something which was told by this person to share it. So this is for that person, and I'm so sorry if I read the letter in incorrectly, or you were not able to understand, I'm so sorry for that. But yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for having the patience, and thank you so much. If there is any query, if there is any question, please feel free to talk to me about it. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Uh, Thank you. And also, I would like to make more videos with regard to childhood memories and with regard to students. And yeah, I think it's very, very important. So, yes, thank you so much. Thank you for listening again.